So how do you heal the biggest mistake of the sun? It might not be what you expect, so check this out. Hey, it's Sam, and I'm talking about correcting the biggest mistake that people make with the sun energy in their life. Now, of course, the sun is the indicator of the soul, what's called the Paramatman, or the Supreme Self, and that individuality that's not of this earth. In the highest sense, the sun is the non-localized self. Now, you're looking at Sam, the localized self. This is Sam, the local self, right? Local meaning I'm located here in this body, in this lifetime. And you have a local self. Think of it that way, the localized self. But underneath it all, and who you truly are, is not the localized self, right? Think about that. And I love that term, local, right? We think local like the city we live in, or even the house we live in, but it's actually this house that we live in. That's the local self, that has incarnated due to their karma, right? Notice incarnated, karma. And the biggest mistake that we make with the sun is we're always thinking that the sun, in some way or another, relates ultimately to this local self, right? It's where I am powerful. I have a good career. I have a family. I. And that's the biggest mistake that people make when they evaluate the sun in an ultimate sense, in the highest sense, is thinking that the sun is ultimately going to be fulfilled, again, ultimately with something limited. It's a very interesting thing to ponder that the sun is here burning off all of the impurities of being incarnated in a local form. Because what the sun does, and when we're, let's say, connecting to the ultimate power of the sun through something worldly like our career, like our reputation and our status, what it's doing is it's saying you're much more than just this world that you've lived in so far and the duties and responsibilities that you've taken so far. Get outside your comfort zone and try to take on more responsibility, take more pressure, shine a little bit more brightly, do a little bit more in the external world. And what that's doing is it's making the sun brighter and brighter and brighter, beyond the limited personality and the limited power of the body toward a little bit more. Now you have a little bit, now you have a little bit more of a kingdom, now a little bit larger kingdom, larger kingdom, larger kingdom. Eventually, you realize you're not this kingdom at all. You're not this limited form at all. You're the ultimate. So eventually, the highest quality of the sun is shown in those sattvic qualities, the sattvic guna. The gunas show a deep key evolutionary principle of every planet. And when we live in accordance with the guna of the planet, then we are connecting to its highest motivation, because the gunas are the motivating forces of life. So the sun is the sattvic, or the highest generous state that we can aspire to in the form of giving that light, realizing that we are the source of that light, not in a limited local form, but in an unlimited universal form. As such, again, it's referred to as the Purusha, or the Paramatman, the Supreme Self. Before there's even incarnation, there's just pure power, the one light that joins every individual soul. The individual soul in your mind and in your existence comes down from the moon. I'll talk about that in a future video. But the biggest mistake people make, that astrologers make, and that you might make in your life with the sun, is thinking that the ultimate quality of the sun revolves around something individual. It's not the individual. The individual will always feel frustrated with the highest power of the sun. So when sun cycles run in your life, no matter how powerful you are, whether you're president or the king or whatever, When the sun activates, you're be challenged to see yourself beyond this world in the highest, most ultimate sense. When we don't know who we are, however, we're going to try to expand our reach in the world. But ultimately, we become a yogi, hopefully, and the highest quality of the sun is where we connect with that light directly, not externally, but internally, and purify that limited self and transmute it and burn it in the fire of truth, pure vidya, highest light, highest power, and that pitta energy, that fire of limited competition, becomes tejas, shakti, or power that illuminates the soul. So that's the highest quality of the sun, and the overcoming the biggest mistake of the sun is what you want to do is to connect with pure teachings, pure light, and burn off the impurities of the soul, not just try to accomplish big things in the world that will always lead to dissatisfaction with the sun.